7 and just released, and it's not like the beta. So we heard the devs talk about how they're going to nerf aim assist, and they actually did it, and it's noticeable. So I would say they nerfed it by 50%. And I'm gonna tell you guys a couple settings that I changed to accommodate the lower aim assist. So you guys already know that I play low sensitivity. In Warzone, I played a 1.17, but now I play a 1.10. The reason I lowered it is because I was having a harder time tracking. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The fact that the TTK is a little bit higher, or I guess lower, because it takes a little bit longer to kill. You have to track your target, and being used to stronger aim assist, it basically tracks it for you. But after a couple of games, I got used to it and frying people in multiplayer. And I don't even like playing multiplayer, but frying folks. So I lowered it to a 110. I still recommend low sensitivity because it still helps with your movement, still helps with your aiming, and it still helps with your centering. So I have a gameplay after this to show you guys how I play in multiplayer with a low sensitivity. Since you got people who want to do crazy stuff, jump on the wall, try to break your camera, stuff like that, but low sits is still king for sure, right? So anybody who plays on a controller, right? I don't play with them swap because I switched from a PS5 controller to an Xbox controller, and it feels a little bit weird playing flipped on my Xbox controller. So we're gonna get into my dead zones, right? So in this game, Omni movement is smoother. It's very polished out, but they did nerf the slide. So at times you can still feel like the slide ain't doing what it's supposed to do. But the fact that they nerfed it is a good thing, because you can now time your slides even better as far as sliding into corners, right? So my left stick minimum is still at 10, right? So last time I didn't necessarily explain to you what it does, right? So your minimum, basically, it shows if your left stick is moving, what it will register. So in that red, right, it will not register my movements within that red. But if I go outside of that red, then my movement is registered, right? And the reason I had got it like this, as I explained last time, was that I was having issues coming off of my target, right? Now this works even better since there's less aim assist, right? So the fact that it's a little bit, that it's less aim assist, I feel like it's snappier for me, if that makes sense. So I'm not necessarily like making micro adjustments with my left stick. I'm doing those micro adjustments with my right stick. So you basically have to aim more with your right stick than your left stick, because your left stick is what was giving you rotational aim assist, and that's nerfed. So the fact that I got this lower is better for me because my movement comes later, and then my aim is more important, right? And it's the same for my left stick max, which is at 70. So I don't have to move my left stick as far for me to get maximum response, right? So for me to get maximum response, all I would do, it will go here, and then this is max for me. So I don't have to wait for it to go all the way to the edge for my character to move, right? Now on my right stick, since aim is so important, right, it's always aim over movement. Yes, you could do good movement, but if your aim is not good, then what's the point of having all that movement, right? So I use a 3 dead zone. Now, depending on what type of controller you have, I have a GameSeer G7 Pro, with TMR sticks. So I don't get stick drift at all, right? So I could technically play on 0 dead zone. So depending on what controller you have to play around with your dead zone. But I would say do not go higher than a 5, because you're going to start to feel a delay after 5. And if you get into that 10 area, then the delay is too much to where you can't necessarily aim and you can't track, right? So depending on the type of controller and depending on how bad your stick drift is, if your stick drift is bad, you're just going to have to buy a new controller. But if you have TMR sticks, you don't have to worry. So I would say you have to play around with that as far as your right stick, right? So now I the basic is always 99, right? I never necessarily changed it. Now I have in the past, depending on when I was playing on a regular PS5 controller, I played around with this because I had bad stick drift on that controller. So sometimes I wanted a faster response so I could track better, and then sometimes I would just go back and just deal with the stick drift, right? So play around with that. But now let's hop into the settings that I did change, right? So as you can see, I play linear. Now I used to play linear back in Warzone 2019. Like, it was my go-to. I really enjoyed it. I like having like really good control because I just was very comfortable with like aiming and controlling my character with my right stick, right? So the fact that aim assist is now nerfed, I played with dynamic. I think they nerfed dynamic because dynamic worked very well with rotational aim assist, but now we don't have it like that anymore. So I feel that you should change it to linear. Now I played on standard, and standard necessarily didn't feel like I was getting any aim assist on standard for some reason. I could feel it a little bit on dynamic. Standard, I didn't really feel it at all. And linear, I felt like it was the most sticky, if that makes sense. And it could be because I'm used to linear and I kind of want more control over my character as far as micro adjustments. But when I switched to linear, it was a lot easier to track, like very easy to track. And I played around with my aim response. On one, it was a little bit hectic, like a little too hard. Like I couldn't really control it too much. But when I lowered it to that 0.90, I started frying like crazy. It was night and day difference for me, right, as far as that aim response. So I would recommend trying it out, play on linear, and mess around with your aim response curve slope to see what it is that you like, right? Now we're gonna go back to my sensitivity multiplier, and I'm gonna show you that I play with a low ADS, right? So I did used to play with the 0.65, but I lowered it now to a 0.60 because when I was first playing, it really felt like I couldn't stay on target at all. Like the aim assist was just like not working for me, and I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like I can't track for real. Like, am I really just cooked? I'm chopped at the game for real? Was aim assist really carrying me? But I just lowered my sense down to 0.60, and then when I switched to linear, it just felt better. It felt a lot smoother to me. So now, as we know that they took out tax sprint, right? But the thing is, I run the tax sprint perk, and the reason why I run the tax sprint perk is because you move insanely fast with tax sprint. It's actually crazy. It's crazy how much of a difference it makes when you have tax sprint and when you don't have it. And I still run that sprint delay assist on forward because it's just a smoother slide, right? So if you guys are playing with the tax sprint perk, have this on forward. Promise you it's gonna feel a lot smooth and it's gonna feel butter, right? But other than that, if you're not running the tax sprint perk, you can have this still to 4, or you can put it on 0 because you're in your sprint at that point, and sprint works better with on movement and it's a lot more polished in this game. So if you're not running the tax sprint perk, go ahead and put your sprint assist delay to 0. If you're running the tax sprint perk, put that sprint assist delay to 4, and watch how it make you a movement god, a movement demon, right? So that's all I got for you guys. Got a gameplay right after this, so you know, stay to the end so you can see that I'm not lying, that my settings are legit.
Team deathmatch. You know what we're up against. Keep it tight or we're all screwed.
I usually play that middle spot on this map. Strafing is important. I ain't gonna hold. But these guns suck, so I don't like it at all.
Pinpoint grenade set. Tracking hostile. 5 down. Cluster out.
I see him. That dude up there.
Scout post is online. Enemies took the lead. Make them regret it.
The only issue, right, with this game is that people don't.
Enemy UAV detected.
Is that they won't they won't put up counters, bro. So like, I'll get in matches where it ain't nothing but
Hostile care package above.
I'll get in matches where nothing but people with UAVs up, and none of my teammates have counters. And that's unfortunate for me, at least.
Standing by.
Lynn scanning with scout pulse. Hostile UAV established above. Get the momentum going. Engaging front.
Oh, you. Boy, oh boy. Oh, okay, all that. Go on like that. Oh boy, tried to jack me up. But this game is all about playing corners, honestly.
Sniper close. Get to cover.
Just play your corners, play your hitties, bro, and you'll be straight, honestly. Make sure you slide. But like,
hostile counter UAV above.
Wall bounce. Okay. It's very situational with your wall jump. Super situational. Because like, right, these are, I think this is the old COD map, so like a lot of these maps aren't tailored to the like the wall jump for real. Which is unfortunate, right?
You are incoming.
I necessarily don't know these maps. I just be running around trying to play angles.
Enemy UAV detected.
Alright. And then footstep audio. Dog water, for sure.
Standing by.
Go ahead and complete the job.
It's starting to come together.
UAV ready to toss.
Enemy care package dropping. Lynn requesting CUAV tasking.
Counter UAV on station.
Hostile launcher. Take out their care package. Lynn scanning with scout pulse.
Like, even though they nerfed the slide, I feel like it's fine. It's fine that they nerfed it. It's not a bad thing. Alright? So you just have to think about, because I was having issues, I was having issues where you would basically slide out way too far. So now that the slide is nerfed, you can time it just right to where you would just directly slide on the corner like that. He's great.
Sniper close. Get to cover.
Ew.
Pinpoint out. Have eyes on. Dropped one.
Scout pulse ready.
And then, of course, no SBMM is great too. Well, somewhat reduced. Because some games feel like I got nothing but demons in here.
Marking target. Scout pulse is online.
But also, right, what you have to think about, right, is that for some reason the game would like give you typing lobbies, bring it back out, go back in. That's all you gotta do. Sorry, bro. I knew you was up there too.
Enemy UAV detected. Clean it up, Black Ops. This isn't over yet.
Make sure you run Ghost. Make sure you do it. Because, as you can see, my teams don't. My team don't run counters, so you need Ghosts. Because I was dying like a lot. So,
Everybody bail. This operation needs a hard reboot.
Ghost. So yeah, man, like, comment, subscribe. He's gonna do settings. And yeah, man, this is going crazy for sure.
Launch counter UAV. Hostile marksman.
Yeah, that was a nasty clip. I ain't gonna hold you.